to another adventure with Wake Inc. or Wake Incorporated, custom motorized bikes here in Rhode Island in the United States. And today we're going to do a little tip and trick. Well, anybody could use this. A lot of times I like to go back through my videos or watch videos that you guys have put up. Again, I'll say that for like Kevin Shop or Brian Amos or even well, I don't really follow Johnny's Motorized Bikes, but there's probably some tips in there somewhere, or whoever you subscribe to, or just try to keep the feed live, pushing this stuff to the top and thinking about stuff that you may remember or may have forgotten. So I know lately I've been noticing that the sound quality on the videos, just because of this different spatial relationship in here, has been somewhat jarbled, or is not as clear as I'm doing like an outside recording or whatever else the case may be. I've seen something to do with the what am I going to call acoustics of this thing. And so I want to try to describe this to you in layman's terms the best I can and show you that the proof is in the pudding. So I'm going to get right into it. I know this is a live video and there's probably maybe just one or two people on here at this point. But I want to just do this so everybody can know, and time is of the essence. So what we have here today set up in front of us is an old Schwinn children's bike. Now you'll notice the step on the back of that. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong later on down the road if they feel there's even a need, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, this style effect of trike, if you want to call it, for children, actually did have the name Schwinn on the wooden step as well. I'm doing this for a neighbor, and out of, just, hey, help me help you, no strings attached, tit for tat kind of thing. But yeah, it'd be nice to, at least have them throw me, $10-20 or something when it's all said and done. Just the fact that I've been I've already got 5 hours into this thing, I think. And, guys, I charge anywhere from $20 to $29 an hour on a service call, show up somewhere. So, yeah, and I'm not doing anything right now. So, hey, anyway, long story short, and this is definitely not fixing a bike somewhere for somebody or changing tires or anything like that. But something that I've always loved to do, as everybody here knows. I mean, we've done the TAS, the TAS motor, Tacoma, rare and extremely rare and unique at this point. The what was it? The Bug Life or whatever it was, from Sears Roebuck back in the day before Hitachi became a brand, and yada yada. You go back, and as I said, through the videos and research that kind of stuff if you want. But we've done several bike restorations on the channel. I've left a lot of tips as to how to do certain little things. So anyway, what we're going to do today is bring another one of those tips forward. I hate when people ramble on and just, whatever, but trying to be as explicit as I can and really give you the most information about a subject. So I'm no rocket scientist, never said I was, never claimed to be. And anyway, so what we have here, guys, this is the work that I've got done so far. You can see here a couple of tires. We've got the rims, some parts that it came off. This is a mirror I had on another bike that we restored and a piece that I was holding. I'm going to give that to him just to try to beef it up, and hopefully some kid is just going to be tickled pink about this, you know. But also we did quite a bit of work on the front rim. It had a lot more damage. You can see if I really hold this up close, you're not able to see it from here. But if you really dig in microscopically or stare at it, there is some retardation there. But most of all, we've got, I'd say, a pretty good handle on really, bring this thing back to where it was originally. So this is all said and done to tell you. I got some tips of the trade here. I know I've talked to you guys about the Rouge paste before. Sometimes if you have graphics that are really stuck to a bike and they're cracked up, if you go at a kind of a, well, you'd have to go back and watch, but kind of a high-speed buff will actually take some of the cracks out of the sticker or the graphic or whatever you want to call it, and then kind of smooth it back together. Just the heat itself kind of re-glues it without destroying it. It's a practice. It's not something you want to go right into and, oh yeah, and then find out that you don't have a clue as to how you're going to do it. But anyway, so again, in front of you guys here, let me bring you in a little closer. Just so you can see where we're at. If you want to call this the workstation at this point, looks pretty good. And then you're like, oh. So basically, we started this project with at least this much oxidation or more, and on those as well. You'd be able to see if I can dig it out here for you, which piece it actually is. But older bike and pristine quality. You'd look really close in here, taking the rust off. We actually went through the chrome. It is plated. However, this is copper. I could take this down to the store and probably get $5 for it. It's weighty. So well, maybe not $5 anyway. But yeah, I mean, you can see under here a lot of just nothing we could do for that. The plating was gone for whatever reason. On this side, we had a much better response. And then over here as well, some more work that we did. Again, everything was completely pitted, rotted out, destroyed. What I want to do now is just, go back in your mind to when you're like a little kid, and just basic common sense. So if you spill something, you clean it up. And what do you use? Water. I mean, you can get into these kind of caustic products, Rust-Oleum, Rust-Dissolve. This stuff isn't bad, I guess, if you want to use it, or for certain applications where there's heavy rust, and that's what you want to do. But if you stop, like I said, let's go back to as a kid, that was thing one. Spill something, you clean it up. Little water, wipe it away. 2, what is rust? So rust, I mean, being iron, steel, copper, whatever, there's a patina or whatever that forms in certain metals or composites. The byproduct of the oxidation process. So you have water, the vapor that sits on the product itself, the steel, the iron, whatever it is, chrome in this case, and it starts to eat into the base metal, and that's what yeah, H2O, whatever. I don't know all the chemical composition terms and names for you, but what I'm trying to say is it forms the rust. Now, I mean, I could dig right into, so that's already been cleaned, but I could dig right into trying to just go through this, um, you know, with a grinder and taking that off, or I could use a polishing compound, or maybe steel wool. There's a lot of different things you can do. The one thing that I've always done is try to clean up my mess. And first of all, if water was the thing that made this, I'm assuming water is going to be the thing that cures it. A lot of times when we have a cancer in our body, they want to go in and they want to fight it with a chemical or some other, violent radiation or something that destroys the cell activity. When in fact, a lot of times it's something less intrusive that will negate the actual situation. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you guys. I'm really trying my hardest to get this out, to explain it to you. But basically what I'm trying to say is, let me show you. If I can here, it's one-handed, whatever. All right, so. Now, it's just mostly dry. And what we're gonna do is go to the speed, which is 3-4. We're not trying to destroy this thing. So you can see, it does clean, it does restore. It's not that it's destroying anything. However, you have fine pitting down below where the actual, I want to say the process began with the rust formation. And they're like lower, it's like a lower level stage where whatever you're using isn't actually hitting that surface. It's kind of catching it, but it's not really solving it. So I guess basically what said all this to tell you guys, if we put just a little tiny bit of water on here, I want to drip some on, try to get it wet. Okay, and then same thing, same speed. Oh, there we go. How much easier it comes off. Now you can't tell, well maybe you can already, because I wiped it off, but just that same motion in that same amount of time, we're able to get that much more accomplished. Now, has it taken any more of the pitting and lower placement out, what we're talking about? You see you have some heavier formation in there. However, it has actually, the teeth have actually gone down in, and the water loosens it. So you have a dry material on top of here, the rust, and you want to loosen it. If you wet dirt, what happens? It clumps up, gets muddy, and it loosens it, right? So in a sense, we're just basically using the natural aesthetics, or not the natural aesthetics, but the natural properties of water to do the same thing that you would do with a cleaner or dissolvent, and then may have to go back over it and hit it again anyway. So not saying we're not going to use a polishing wheel, not saying we're not beating into this with some synthetics, or just definitely looking to make this the easiest way we can. Said I had probably got 4, if not 5 hours into this whole thing. I mean, you get into the tiny little, every little edge around here, and then not being able to hit the plastic. You can see there's maybe just some minuscule little rust on the edges in there. I mean, that's not available to the eye. I mean, I'm zooming in on that, so you guys are seeing something that's, you're looking at, you're like, oh, yeah, it looks really good. So, and then of course I got to clean this too. That may just be some residual, but we're looking at literally less than, eighth of an inch, 16th of an inch in spacing, where I've gone along and cleaned this whole thing back to perfection. Same thing around the spokes. You can see some of this stuff here just wouldn't be removed, wouldn't come off. But I mean, this is boom. Restored, I don't have the date in front of me, guys. Or you can go back and look it up. I try to usually give you guys the information on what I'm working on. But yeah. Anyway, well, I'm gonna get back to it. Try to get this thing knocked out so they can pick it up, and still got to do the back around the step. The thing I was bringing up about the step before was with the coolness of that is like you could stand on the back of that and push like your little kid real slow or something, and it was one of them things. So, all right. Nope. Anyway, hey guys. Till we see each other again, be well, harm none, and Godspeed. Hope this helps somebody out there. Have a blessed day.